Today I'm going to talk about how the three different versions of the Harvest Flow shelf work. So I have here a brand new hive that doesn't have any bees in it, and it'll make it a lot easier to do this video without interruption from friendly bees. So you can see, we'll pull the cover off. This is has 7 flow frames or 7 Autoframe artificial combs. So the 3 shelves that I have, different types of shelves. I have a sliding shelf that uses a board that the user supplies, and this one will fit any number of width hives, so it will fit either a 7 frame or a 6 frame. This particular folding shelf will fit the 7 frame hive, and then this will fit the 6 frame hive. The folding shelves are nice in that they stay all together when they're not in use, and so you don't have to struggle to find all the pieces, whereas this might get separated from these other pieces if you're unlucky. And but this will work if you have a number of different width hives, whereas the folding hives, these folding shelves, will only work with a given one type of hive. So if you just have 7 frame hives and that's all you're ever going to have, even if you get more hives, then this would be a good choice. And this is for the beekeeper that has a 6 frame hive. So we see on the shelf we have a ruler on the side of it, and that ruler is for setting the harvest height of the honey collection jar. So the harvest height is measured from the base of the jar to the center line of this tube. And so when we're setting the shelf up here, we're setting this ruler. So if we measure this before we try to set it up, this happens to be 28 centimeters. We just try to align this ruler up with the center line of the flow frames, and it happens that this edge here is also nearly in a line with the center line of those holes, so it'll make it somewhat easier. Not all of these super boxes are set up that way, because there's quite a bit of variation between the different Chinese suppliers, and this is not a trademarked flow hive, so where their piece is may be different as well. So let's put the folding shelf hive on first. Folding shelf on. So I'm going to loosen that up a little bit and then bring this down to 28. Tighten it down. The other side, put it on 28. There we go. See, we've got a nice solid shelf that will be stable for the length of time it takes for the combs to drain. I've found that in order for one of these combs to fully drain with just gravity alone will take about 2.5 hours on, let's say, a 75-degree day. And of course that would be longer on a colder day, and it might be a little bit shorter on a warmer day. And here I've got a gallon jar with 2 holes in the lid, and what we can do is we can drain 2 combs simultaneously into one jar. On the hole, and it turns out that we can do 2 gallon jars, so we could essentially harvest 4 frames entirely in one period of time. Now the combs don't move around once the bees have propolised everything together, so these jars will actually be a little up flush against the hive box. So that would be how you would use the folding frame. This folding shelf can be set to accommodate a shorter jar like this quart jar, or even an even shorter jar like a pint mason jar. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and then we'll put a sliding shelf on. No screws or nails are required to put this in. You can offset these like that so it stays folded up nice and tight. And then take the other style shelf, the sliding shelf. We'll start to we've got this board. This board has been cut longer. You want to make it probably a good couple inches longer than the width of your hive so that you have overhang. And it's not terribly critical where we placed when you first go to put this on. So if we are there and we come up here, put this on, and bring it down. Well, it might help if I didn't have this in the way. So we'll slightly tighten that wing nut a little bit so we get just a little bit of tension on it. And then tighten that, and then put this side here on. That's why you want to have the board quite a bit longer than the width of the hive so it doesn't fall apart while you're trying to put it on. Put this on 28 centimeters. Tighten that down. And there we have our shelf. Again, we can do the gallon jars like this. So we can do 2-gallon jars. So we have, for this particular setup, you have do 2-gallon jars at one time, like this. And so that would get 4 of your 7 frames. And then the next time that you would go, if you're going to drain all 7 in a relatively short period of time, you would do that, and then you would use a gallon jar to do these 2 remaining frames, and then a half-gallon jar to drain this last frame on the outside. Now, you do run into the gallon mason jar, half-gallon mason jar is about 3/4 of an inch shorter than the gallon jar, so you would need to put a board under it, or if you're using the recap lid like this, the recap lid sits higher and you are at just about the right height. Just rotate that around, and you've got it to where your drain tubes are covered up so that the bees don't fall into your honey collection container and then you have to fish them out later. Or the parasitic wasps, which we don't seem to have here in the Texas area where I'm at. And that concludes my introduction of the Harvest FLO shelf, which is available now on eBay.